Hey you guys. Oh, my hair is a mess. Hey everyone. I don't know if the lighting is janky. You guys let me know if it is. So I decided, if you guys are speaking in the chat and I don't see it, it's because I only have my phone here to like try to read the chat and it goes by really quickly. So if you say something and I don't respond, just try to say it again. Come on, sugar. Come here. You wanna go play? You wanna go play? Y'all, let me let my dog out for a second. Hold on. He's got a buddy hanging around here, a little black dog, super cute. You wanna go play? Okay. We were outside a minute ago. We were outside a little bit ago, and a little fluffy, like husky dog, so cute, is out there and ran into our yard playing with Sunny, and I think it's the neighbor's dog. I'm really not sure. When me and Sunny come back inside, the dog like ran right up to the door to like come inside with us, and I was like, I wouldn't let this dog come in my house, but I don't know who owns the dog. And pay no mind to my fingernails. Kennedy done them just one hand. She done this hand, not this hand, and she decided to do white over this hand. So I haven't taken it off yet because it's beautiful. So what I've decided is I'm going to start doing weekly streams on Wednesdays to give us just time to like hang out and catch up and chit chat about anything. Those are the streams that I really enjoy the best. Hey, all y'all's comments are just now popping up. Okay, Cece. Really, Brandy? So, yes, Lauren. Hey, Erica. Hey, Classy Mom. Yes, Classy. I was actually, when I went on to like plan my stream, I seen that Emily was live, and I was like, oh no. I was like, I am not going live while she's live. I hate that I even missed it. I wish I would have seen it, but I'm not getting notifications for Emily for some reason. I don't know why. I'm subbed to her, so I don't know. I didn't get any notification. But I seen that she was live, and I was like, I can't go live until she's done. So thankfully, I was like asking. I looked for you, Classy. I was like, where's Classy Mom? Because I knew you were a mod. And then I seen Shar, and I was like, oh, let me at Shar and ask her, like, how long has Emily been on? Because if she's been on a while, she may be getting off soon, and I'll plan my stream for like 30 minutes out. But then, like, as I typed it into Shar, Emily's like, all right, I got to go. It's almost 2 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, okay. But, so the plan is, I don't know why, but the comments are all, like, coming all at one time and then not coming at all. So if you guys want me to see something, or if you say something and I don't respond to it, don't think that I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. So on Wednesdays, I'm going to go live around 1 noonish, 1 Central Time. Earlier in the day, I'll put up a community post to let you guys know exactly what time I'm going live. And it'll just be like a hangout where we can talk about whatever. Whatever. It doesn't have to be about YouTube drama. It can be about YouTube drama. It can be about whatever you guys want it to be about. I'm just going to kind of let you guys lead me into what we talk about. So that's what we're going to do. I just filmed 2 videos. One about Maddie, bro from Party Down South. And I got to edit that one later. And I've done another one about David Easton, of course. I got to edit. And, yeah. So what's going on, everybody? You guys tell me what's been going on and kind of lead the conversation so we could talk. But I'm not saying no comments. Oh, I'm seeing them. Oh, they all come through at one time. I don't know why. My kids are in school. She's live at every Wednesday too? No. Then I wonder if she tries to be off by 2. Because if she tries to be off by 2, I'll try to wait to go live until 1 my time. That way it'll be after she's done. Hey, everyone. This is not going to work well if I can't see the comments without touching the phone. Hey, Shan. Oh, thank you. You've got to be kidding me. I like that name. Drinking frozen hot chocolate with 1,000,000 calories. You know what I love? Okay, Classy Mom said her goal is 11 to 1. Okay. Girl, I got to do a video about my laser hair removal because, yes, my legs are the bomb. I'm not crapping you guys. Even Sean's like, your legs are like so soft, which he always says I got really soft skin. Maybe I do, I don't know. But he's like, ever since you started using that thing, like it's like even softer and smoother. Who said the super chat? I don't see it. Hey, Adrian. I need to do that, Classy Mom. I need to try to set that up to where I can talk to Emily so I can find out when her lives are. And I need to set it up to where I can figure out how to text you guys. Because I don't know how to do that. I don't know why. I can't see the messages. I'm not sure. So what was her stream about? Because I saw that it was some... I'm seeing something about Swanson Clark slid into somebody's DMs. Whose DMs did he slide into? Because surely he's not doing anything sneaky or slimy in regards to this case. Why are my eyebrows so dark and my hair looking janky? Hold on. Oh, hey, Fairy. Ooh. Ooh, somebody screenshot that. Look at Leslie with the good hair. Not so good right now, is it? Y'all know. Everybody got haters. That's okay. Let me fix my do before somebody screenshots that crap. I'm going to need a whole brush for this mess. All right, it's fine like that. All right, so Fairy said the super chat. Thank you. Yes, Shar, I was adding you. Hey, Britters. Thank you. Maybird, I'm going to be doing a video probably tomorrow, but it's a top lane hair removal. I think they gave me a code for it. I'll have to go back in my emails to check. I'm pretty sure they did. But I've had it for like months now because I told them that I would not do a video on it until I used it for the allotted time that it tells you to use it. Because you don't see a difference immediately, because what you have to do is like a treatment. Like you have to shave, then use it. Shave, then use it. Because what the plan is, or what the goal is to, it kills the root. And the only way to get to the root is for there not to be any hair growing out. So every night, like after I would take a bath, well, not every night, but like for the first week, like 2 or 3 nights after I took a bath, I would shave in the bath and then I would use it. And then after that, the next week, I done it like 3 times the first like 2 weeks or so. And then like 2 weeks after that, I done it 2 times. And now I don't even know if I have to use it anymore. Like I've started using it on my underarms. But yeah, my legs are so soft. I love it. Like, what's crazy is because you know how like you can see like the little pores for where your hair will come out of? Like I don't even have those anymore. Like the little black dots where like your hair will come out of, I don't even have it. Like I'm gonna, in the video that I do, I'm gonna try to share pictures. Fairy, I couldn't see your super chat. Like when it scrolled through really quickly. I don't know why the comments they're stalling and then they're flying by super quick. I'm not sure what's going on. But I'm going to do a video on that hopefully tomorrow. I also need to do a video on some more fragrances that I have. I got 2 more fragrances from Dossier, and I got to do that tomorrow too. And they smell really good. Christmas is coming up. I know they're doing a Black Friday sale, and they're going to be giving like 50% off for their fragrances. Hey, honey. You ready to come back in? You ready to come inside? He's just looking at the door like, are you going to open? Sonny, you want to come inside? You want to come inside? I don't know if he wants to come inside. Let me go get him, you guys. You ready to come inside? Come on, Toot. Come see. No? What are you doing? Come on. You want to come inside? Okay. He said no, he didn't want to come inside. But he keeps, oh, Sonny, what are you doing? He's like confused on if he wants to come inside or not. Okay. Anyways, so I know YouTube has been crazy lately. I know right before I got on Twitter. Yes, Twitter. And I seen that, who posted, Shin, was it you or was it, who was it? Posted Creepshow's IG where apparently Katie emailed Creepshow. I don't know the full context of everything, but Katie emailed Creepshow and CC'd her YouTube manager, basically telling Creepshow to take her video down because it was like harassing, from what I could gather from the IG post. I don't know. Britter's done a quick little video on it, and I put that on my Twitter because I don't really know exactly what's going on, but I do know that Creepshow asked, do you guys want me to show the email? And I was like, yes, show the email. We need to see the emails. Where's your emails? You know, show the emails. So I said yes because I'm like, I mean, I got emails like that before too. When I done my addressing the elephant in the room, you know, after that first encounter that I had with Katie, she emailed me and was like, you need to take that down. You should take that down. I don't know if that's when she threatened me with a cease and desist. I think she threatened me with a cease and desist after I done the stream where I made like the really negative comment about her. So yeah, there goes the comments. There goes the comments. Where's the combos, you guys? I've gotten out of my combo kick. I don't know. I'm sure it'll come back. Okay, so the places that I would get combos from literally were like all running out for a while. So I just went without having them. But I am eating Doritos actually. While I was working, before I hopped on, I was eating Doritos. So I don't know. I just kind of got out of my little combos kick, but I bet I'll get back in it soon. Kayla said, I feel like my stomach is going to fall off and I'm going to burst. I remember late in my pregnancy, I would feel like I was going, like the baby would fall out, just fall out. I would literally walk around holding my, you know what. So she emailed, okay, so I think Katie emailed, now I'm twisted on how I'm going to say her name. Angelica Oles? It's not Angelica, it's Angelica, right? I think she emailed her because she tweeted, Angelica Oles tweeted, like, guess who slid into my DMs threatening to deplatform me? And then Tati's lawyer was like, you can contact me. So I was like, no, she didn't. Because I'm like, at some point you got to stop. Like, if she is the one doing this, like, if she slid into Angelica's DMs telling her to, she was going to deplatform her, if she emailed Creepshow, like, telling her she needed to take down the video, I'm like, she's just got to stop. Like, she needs to be silent. Like, if you're going to put out pre-recorded videos, do it. If she, like, that's what I would do. Like, if I was her, I would just do my pre-recorded videos. If anybody left comments on my videos about that situation, I would ignore them and not respond. Or maybe I would put keywords in that won't pop up, like emails, lawsuit, Tati, I don't know, you know. But yeah, she's got to leave other creators alone because this is going to dig her even further. Because if they can prove, if Tati's lawyer can prove that Katie, like, goes after other creators and tries to, like, deplatform them or something like that, then it just helps with their case, and it's not going to be a good look for Katie. I mean, it just isn't. So she needs to stop if that is her. I seen someone say, mods, do we have somebody in here being rude or? Yeah, my chat's not scrolling either. And I'm sorry that I'm moving the camera, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, it was Shin. She has emailed 3 people that we know for sure. No. For what? Like, girl. Apparently she's been emailing and threatening to deplatform people. No shock there. Typical her. You would just think at this time she would quit. Can Katie just please go away? She literally has lost her mind, the nerve. That's in the chat. Katie will never learn. There's a lot of crap she needs to be taken down. Bring back the combos. I know, right? Cease and desist is only legal and legitimate if it comes from KJ. That's my thing. Thank you, Colleen, for saying that. Is when Katie was getting them from Tati, she should have been like, okay, I'm getting a cease and desist. I need to stop. But instead, she laughed at it. And it's like, now look where you are. But you want other people to take yours serious, but you didn't take her serious. And I heard that Todd Chrisley sent her a cease and desist as well. I don't know if that's true, but I heard that. I know, right, Maybird? Katie will never learn. She acts like her poo don't stink. She is petty. She needs to get her life. You know, my Cece. So apparently Katie is like emailing people. I'm seeing flyaways and it's really bothering me. So apparently Katie is like emailing people and like threatening to deplatform them. She's like CCing her YouTube attorney. And that's just like, girl, you cannot, if people are not saying things, my thing is like people will talk about their experience with Katie and be like, Katie done this to me. And this is why I take issue with Katie. And I've heard these things about Katie. And Katie's like, you're defaming me. And it's like, no, I'm not. I just talked about my experience with you. I just talked about what I've heard about you. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying these are the things out there about her and why people have issue with her. But Katie can go on a whole rant about the Duggars being under investigation by the FBI for human trafficking, stating this as fact, not even saying she had boots on the ground, like telling her followers to drive by their house to see what's going on, like calling me a drug addict back in the day, saying that I needed to be worried about CPS, insinuating that I held a fake fundraiser for my kids' football team, and saying that she heard that my kids didn't even play football. Well, there's, they played football. I have pictures on my IG at like practice and stuff, but yeah. You know, she is the one that defames people. Like Katie, as a sometimes self-proclaimed journalist, she does not know the difference between criticism, telling a story about someone, and defaming someone. Because what she does is defame people, and what other people do are criticize her and tell their story. And she's like blaming people for doing what she does to people. It's really just, it's mind-boggling. I mean, I don't know who else like looks at the situation and it's just like, what? Are you kidding me? But I do almost daily. Every time I hear that Katie's done something else, I'm just like, I really just wish that she would stop for herself and for her, like her family. Because I feel like she's digging herself a deeper grave. And I feel like in the end, she may end up without a YouTube channel. And that is an income that takes care of her child. And, you know, I know a lot of people's like, I don't care. A lot of people's like, I don't care. Yeah, exactly. And I'm not even talking about that fun. Oh, excuse me. Clip that. Every time I do something embarrassing, I'm going to say, clip that. I don't know why. I know. And I started not feeling well last night. Oh, Mama of 3. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, she's texting us facts. I just had a low fever, no taste, little achy and major stuffy nose. I'm not going to test it because I don't want the government tracking my... So my stepdad had COVID. I know so many people that had COVID. I mean, I think we had it back in December, honestly. But my stepdad had COVID, and like the CDC called my mom every day, wanting to know his symptoms. I mean, just asking all kinds of questions. Would ask, if y'all have had contact with people, who have y'all had contact with, when did he start getting symptoms. Every day they called, and my mom had to talk to him. I wish I could see the comments better. This sucks. Oh, how did I lose my badge? Doesn't renew it. Lisa, it may not automatically renew. I don't know if there's like a setting where you have to have it set to automatically renew. I'm not sure, Lisa, but there should be a button down there for you to rejoin. Diane, that's my thing. Like, okay, a lot of people look at me, like a lot of people that were like subs of Katie's, Uni's, look at me and they're like, you just want Katie to, pay for what she did to you, and you just hate Katie. I don't hate Katie. I don't hate her. Do I dislike her for what she's done? Yeah, I do. And if this was done to you by someone, I'm sure you would dislike that person too. I've tried very hard to give Katie chance after chance. But the reason why I can never be okay with her is because she continues to do stuff like this. Like, so, I know people's like, why are you talking now about it? Well, because this has brought up a big thing. So my whole situation with Katie, everybody in this community, and even bigger content creators are talking about this lawsuit, and how Katie just keeps like, doing things. Like, everybody's talking about this. Nick, Dustin, Rebzilla, Angelique, everybody, Creepshow, Angelique, Augie, everybody. And I have an experience with her that was very tough, and it literally almost ruined my channel. Like, it almost ruined my channel. It ruined a lot of my time on YouTube because I had to deal with going back and forth with her. And I have to shut up. I feel like if I desire to speak about it now, because everything that's coming out, I can. And to be quite honest, the stuff that comes out makes me even more bothered, because I'm like, man, you try to give someone a chance. You try to believe that, they were just acting this way towards you because of whatever. But then it's like, no, because she had no reason to go after Tati this way. She's had no reason to go after the Duggars this way. And then, like, when you hear all the accusations in the lawsuit that Tati claims, and then that, in your opinion, a lot of this stuff is true because you've seen it yourself. You've seen Katie in videos say Tati and her husband are career criminals. You see her saying that she done background checks and looked up birth certificates, and she tells Tati's whole name, like, for no reason. She's like, and that whole, like, thing where she's talking about Tati's name, like Tati wanting to be somebody that she's not because she changed her name because her name is something, it's not Tatiana. Like, so what? That's her business. Maybe when Tati come out and knew that she was going to start a YouTube channel, she knew that was going to be her business, so she didn't want to come out with just whatever her regular name is. There's nothing wrong with that. Your business is Without a Crystal Ball. That's your channel. Why is it any different for Tati? Like, why does Tati have to go by her real name on her YouTube channel, but you can go by Without a Crystal Ball? That is ridiculous. Her lawyer was in her live. She was chatting about and was like, oh, thank you. He told me good job. I don't even think she has that same lawyer. I I did hear her like make a comment where she said something about her new lawyer. And then she hurried up with like, oh, we had to get a lawyer in Washington. But I don't know. Like, I've been reading stuff where people are assuming that she no longer has the the lawyer in Minnesota. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like she thinks she's invincible. And I don't want to say a lot about Uni because I still don't trust him, but I'm really hoping this new direction leads to some wrongs being righted regarding all that was under you. Brandy, thank you for that. I don't really watch Uni often. If someone comes and says, hey, Uni's on live and this is going on, I may go watch. And last night, that's what happened. I had a couple of people come to me saying, hey, Uni is requesting to see XYZ. Can I send it to him? Or do you have it? Can you send it to him? And I was like, yeah, y'all can send him whatever. I don't care. So I got on and started watching. And what I think about Uni is, do I think that he didn't know some of this stuff about Katie? I think he absolutely knew some of this stuff about Katie. I don't think Uni was right to go after me in the first place, considering he never held a conversation with me before he started attacking me. Uni never had a convo with me. He never said, okay, so I'm going to, talk about what's happened between you and Katie. So what's happened? He talked to Katie. He got all of her side and then believed everything that she said and then called me a liar. Almost right off the bat. I got one text from Uni saying, hey, this is my office phone. Please call me when you can talk. And when I seen the message, I said, okay. I think Sean had just gotten home or something to the effect. I was like, my husband just got home. I'm talking to him. I'll call you in a little bit. He never responded to that. Never. But a couple hours, he was live saying that I lied. So it was like, why would I want to do, why would I, you know what I'm saying? Now, if he wants to go through that stuff and see, whatever, that's fine with me. I don't care. Do I feel like I need to prove anything to Uni? No. I was just watching the stream last night, and I finally chimed in because Uni was like, I don't know if she purchased these records. And now, when I heard last year that Katie had talked about my financials and said my car was about to be repossessed, I never watched it because I knew that it would anger me. And I knew that I would jump on YouTube and go off. And I didn't want to do that, so I never watched it. I think I had it sent to me back then, and I stored it, but I never watched it. So the other day, I asked someone that I know that keeps really good files, hey, do you have this? And the person told me yeah, and they sent it over to me, and I watched some of it, and it enraged me to hear her talk about my finances that way. And she did say that she paid for them. She did make that comment on the stream. So I told Uni, I commented, and I was like, yeah, on my IG, on my copy of the IG, I think she did say that she paid for my financials, just so you know. And I don't know, I got a lot of good feedback from 99.9% of the people in his chat, but there was a few that what did they say? Uni gave you the chance to come forward before and you didn't. And Uni's not God. I'm not coming forward now. If he wants that information, he was the one asking, saying he wanted to see it. I'm not begging Uni to hear my side. I don't need to. It's not that important to me. It's not important to me at all. I feel like Uni knew a lot of the stuff back then and just turned a blind eye to it because he was so against Steve at the time. He let that interfere with the real situation going on between me and Katie. Because, Uni used to say all the time that, I started the situation between me and Katie. That was not true. No, I didn't. And everybody knows that, Exactly, TT. They criticize me for talking, but then they criticize me for not talking, So, I don't mind if Uni wants these clips of Katie to see what she said about me. That's fine. So, Uni expected you to talk to him before your husband. Apparently, but that's what, the one person that said, Uni gave you the opportunity to come forward before and you didn't. That person is, completely, thinks Uni's God or something. And it was, laughable to me. When I read it, I, chuckled. And I, read it to Sean. I was like, does this person feel like I need to come forward to Uni? Because I don't. You can read it. You can see whatever you want to see. But I'm not coming forward. And I will talk about things when I want to talk about things. It's my decision. Last year, I had a really rough time last year. Me and my family went through a lot. Mentally and emotionally, I could have not fought that battle that Steve wanted me to fight, that Uni was trying to you know, go up against me, Uni and Katie. It was me and Steve together, you know, gonna expose Katie. And then when I dropped out because of, you guys know that Creepshow like has kind of backed away, and Creepshow like deactivated her Twitter and everything because once like Katie was accused of doxing her. This is what I heard. I heard that Creepshow started getting like really mean messages and stuff. That's why I dipped out that day. The day that I dipped out, I received a really mean email and started getting really cruel messages and comments on my videos, right? I mean, to where all that morning, I'm like trying to cook and I'm like reading these terrible, emails about terrible stuff. You know, about my kids are ashamed of me. I'm a terrible mom. I'm a terrible aunt. I'm using this, you know, and I was just like, I do not have to deal with this from people I don't know. I owe nobody an explanation except the people that follow me. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. And if you guys leave a comment and I don't see it, it's just because I can't really see the chat that well. Uni play the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Katie did all kinds of crap under his nose. That's what I feel. Yeah, Bubba, I'm not listening to that. I mean, it's kind of laughable when I see, like, when I see the people in there that are, like, so, like, I'm like, wow, you are too much into this. Like, you care too much about this. Like, there's people that literally, there's, like, this one person that literally comments bad stuff about me on other people's channels that like has nothing to do with me. She's really like, it's an issue. I don't know why. Like, I don't know what I've done to the couple people that like don't like me, but I just blocked them because I'm like, I don't care. Like, they're irrelevant and I never have any interactions with them until I, Exactly, Sally. Like, if I would have stayed in, first off, I was not mentally and emotionally well at the time. So if I would have stayed fighting that fight, first off, it was taking too much time away from my family. You know, Steve would ask me, yeah, CC, like last night he was saying that like he didn't know all the stuff that happened between me and Katie. And people was like telling him that Katie bought my financials and blasted them. And, you know, he's like, I didn't know that. I want to see that. And I don't mind. Like, if people want to send him that, okay, that's fine. But if he didn't know what was really going on between me and Katie, all the videos that he done about me should have never been done, especially at the time that they were done. So I just feel like it was like a really crappy move on him. Hey, Brenda. Yeah, I have a hard time thinking that he didn't know. Thank you, Becky P. You know, I was like, you know, honestly, like, it kind of makes me chuckle a little bit when I see these people getting so, like, at me. I'm like, what? I'm nice to everyone. But obviously, if you come at me sideways and I've seen you lie about me, I've seen you talk crap about me. Now, mind you, these people don't come in my streams, but the only time I see them is if I'm on Uni's channel, which is not very often. And also, like, there's been times that me and my husband have seen a certain someone leave comments on other channels about me. And we were just like, whoa, why is this person bringing me up right now and saying that I'm like a turd on this channel? Like, it makes no sense. People are saying, you need to turn on Katie, but that's not true. He is still back in his pony. Yeah, I don't feel like he's turning on Katie. Uni Rach told Katie, just trust the process. I feel like there's a process to this, and I feel like we're probably being duped. I don't know. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. But, you know, I'm not opposed to him seeing what happened back then. My best friend just went live? Who's my best friend, Colleen? My best friend, I just talked to her. She don't have a channel. Well, that would be awesome, Becky, if he did. But and maybe I don't know, because I'm just like, how did he not miss the stuff last year? What in Uni's mind made him think that it was okay to do streams about me during that time after this with the stuff that I was dealing with? What in his mind said, okay, her channel just went down. She lost a loved one. We're going to trash her. We're going to call her the Grinch that stole Christmas. We're going to talk about this fraudulent fundraiser. Like, what? Oh, and in Katie's IG Live, she said that it was really ironic that, like, Steve done this fundraiser for me when my finances were so terrible. First off, do you think I would tell Steve, like, hey, my car payment's due. Can you do it for... No! What? Like, what? Hold on. Let me let Sonny in, you guys. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, Turkey. I see you. Come inside. Come sit with me. Come on. Come on, Sonny Bum. What is it? I know. Oh, was you hot out there, baby? Come on, come sit with Mama. You kind of smell like dog. You need a bath. I observe channel being brought up current topics. Topics related to people that I have known since I became active. But Uni was acting like he didn't know Katie had done when it was in his alleged Discord. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. Like, I'm hearing that he's saying that Katie Doc's creep show and that he is just no for that. Like, he does not support that, but that it's happened before. Uni is tied to Katie because they all keep each other's secrets. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, but in the live, in Katie's IG live, she said that it was really crazy. She said, here, baby, I gotta give you a bath. He's been outside a lot today, so he's kind of smelling a little doggish. Which don't make sense. You're not a dog, you're human. No doggy. So Katie's IG Live basically said that I was behind on a car payment, and right after the super chat drive, I made a big payment towards my car in the amount of $1,620. Like, she was exact. Like, $1,620. She's like, she made a huge payment, you guys. First off, that was our monthly payment for both of our vehicles, okay? Like, no, that's not a huge payment to us. That's not us. And then she said that the payment was made late November, and the last payment that had been made in October, but I was behind on it. The last payment that had been made was in October, and it was November. Like, what? Like, hold on. She literally said, I mean, if I had it uploaded to my YouTube channel, I would play it for you guys, like, behind me, but I don't have it uploaded. But maybe next Wednesday or something, or maybe tonight I'll go live and I'll show you guys. I don't know. Because it's just outrageous, the claims that she made. She said, so after the super chat raiser, like, ironically, Leslie was drowning in debt, or I don't know exactly what she said. She was behind on her car payment, and ironically, her friend held a super chat drive for her, basically insinuating that he knew that I was behind, so he held the super chat drive. And then I got over $1,000, and then I made a $1,600 payment towards my vehicle that was about to be repossessed because we had court in January for the repossession. I'm like, first off, if I was behind, Steve McRae wouldn't know. That's ridiculous. Second off, the fundraiser was held, that stream was held November 30th, and I started getting the payments from it on December 1st. My payment to that bill, to my car and my truck, was paid. It's not only my car and my truck, it's a few more things, because it's in a bankruptcy, and I've told you guys that, and she obviously blasted that. Sean worked oil field for 10 years, and was laid off when the oil field crashed. Before that, he was a 2-time vet, and we've always done really good. We made it for like a year with him not working. He held off for a while thinking that he would get called back to go back offshore. But then it wasn't looking good. We were living off our savings, and it was dwindling, and we had kids, and I was pregnant. So, yeah, exactly. So we ended up having to file bankruptcy. Nothing's wrong with that. Sometimes it happens. So that was that payment. That large payment was our monthly payment for that, you know. And let's see. She said, so the fundraiser was held November 30th. And Steve sent me $325 on December 1st. And then on one payment. Then later, I think he sent 50 or 75. I don't really remember. On the 1st, my bankruptcy payment was paid on November 26th. But she had her followers believe that after the fundraiser was done and we made over $1,000 in the fundraiser, that then I paid this big payment to keep my car from being repoed. It was so ridiculous to hear her talk about it, and I still have not let Sean hear it, because if Sean was to hear her talk this smack about us that is outright lies, he would be furious. Like it was none of her business, and all because she didn't like me, she's digging into my financials, saying things that aren't true. Like, I mean, some of the stuff that she got true, but our car being repossessed, that wasn't true. I still have my car. Well, Sean's gone in it right now, but both vehicles we still have. We're going to ride them until the wheels fall off, more than likely. And then she said, oh, and another fundraiser Leslie done sometime back, she said Leslie told her followers that the football coach or something stole her son's, like the whole team's football jerseys. So they had to buy new jerseys. And Leslie's ex-moderators said that they don't even think Leslie's sons play football. So Katie got the information from an ex-mod, I'm assuming, because that's what it sounded like in the IG. First off, all of my ex-moderators knew that my sons played football. I would send them pictures of me at football practice. I probably sent them recordings of my kids playing. I don't know, but it's posted on my social medias. My kids at practice. I have their football pictures. They knew. I remember one day being at football practice, and there was a little, like, 2-year-old girl there, and I had no idea where the mom was. Like, the girl was playing for so long, and I never seen one adult ask or come check on her. She was over there with me and Kennedy, so I was pushing her and Kennedy in the swing, and I asked her, like, is your mom here? And she said no. And I was like, are you here with your brothers? And she said yes. And I was just like dumbfounded. Candy, I don't know if Candy's in here, but Candy may remember it. I was dumbfounded that someone dropped their child off to practice football with his little, like, 2 to 3-year-old sister. And she just roamed around the playground. And I watched her. I kept her with me and Kennedy until the mom showed back up to pick the kids up. But I talked about, I was at practice talking, like, I don't know, she tried saying a sub called and got her husband fired. Yeah, she did. And tons of people got laid off due to COVID, you know, but my main issues with Katie really are like this type of stuff. Like, that's too far. That is too far. Like, it's never okay to kick someone when they're down. And, you know, somebody might say, are you doing this to Katie? You know, have I gotten petty a couple times throughout this process, throughout this situation? Yeah, I have. And I had to reel myself back in from it because I don't want to do that. But, you know, like, when I do wrong, I know it. Like, when I do wrong, I always, like, go to bed that night kind of feeling crappy. I'm like, ugh, that's not who I am. I shouldn't have done that. You know, when I made the MVP comment, I knew I shouldn't have done it. It was out of my character to do it, and I knew that. But, you know, with Katie, I don't want to kick her when she's down, but Katie's not getting the picture that this is serious. She's continuing to threaten people with lawsuits. People are asking you to tell your story. I'm actually shocked at how many people don't know the history between me and her. A lot of people, I've had people apologize to me and say, Leslie, I didn't know all this. Like, I came in during the Micah Stauffer situation. I didn't know, like, I'm sorry. Yeah, she kicked me when I was down, stomped me when I was down, picked me up and put me in a meat grinder, when I was down. Her and Uni both did. And that was difficult. And, if I was to talk to Katie, I would tell her, like, you're not taking this serious. But, like, Charlie Gold tried to. So my moderators definitely knew that my kids played football. I would audio them from practice. My followers knew that my kids played football because I would do streams at night and say Sean's with the kids at football practice. Or some nights I would say can't go live tonight because I'm with the kids at football practice. And I didn't know about any of this. Yeah, see, Mama Bear? So, a lot of people don't. I was just blown away to hear her say that my moderators told her, or my ex-moderators told her, yeah, Charlie Gold actually went on Uni's stream the other day and went live to talk to Katie and kind of tell Katie that she's biting herself on the foot and that she needs to stop, try to give her some good advice. And listening to that stream annoyed me so much because Katie interrupted so much. The suicide prevention stream, Uni would try to say something and Katie would interrupt him right off the bat. And she would interrupt him not to speak to him about what he was saying, but to talk to someone in the chat that made a comment that she didn't like, So, yeah, I have all the proof. I wondered, do I play that IG stream and show all the proof to my stuff to prove that she was lying, or do I just let it ride? Or do I just send the information to Tati's lawyer? I don't know, there was a reason why I contemplated a defamation suit against Katie. There was a reason why I contacted the police on Katie, and it was because of the things that she done to me. I tried so hard to leave Katie alone. I did. Like, I didn't want a battle with her. I didn't want to go back and forth with her. But she would go on IG Live and make these claims about me, or I would hear from behind the scenes that she called me the B word and said that I'm not the sweet little Southern girl that everybody thinks that I am. And I am Southern. I'm from Louisiana. Hear the accent. I'm sweet. I can be sweet. Yeah, he contacted me. Well, someone tweeted, you need to talk to Leslie. And he was like, yeah, I'll look into that. And so I DM'd him and was like, hey, I'm Leslie. And then he DM'd me back. It was like, hey, can you email me so I can get in talk to you or whatever. So I done that last night. I emailed him last night. I don't want Katie to lose everything. I don't. She's got a child, and I know how hard it is to take care of a kid when you're struggling financially. She's very lucky that lately she hasn't had to struggle financially. She's very lucky. Either she's going to have to learn how to do her channel without defaming people. She's going to have to realize that she has to take criticism. That's just what it is. Like Charlie Gold said, I really enjoyed hearing Charlie Gold talk to Katie because Charlie was like, I'm being hammered right now too because a lot of people have issues with me. She said some is valid though. She said you got to realize that when you got this many people coming at you, they're not wrong. When you got all of the internet on this side of the community, like one whole community having issues with you, they are not the ones that are wrong. It'd be different if you had one or two people talking smack about you. But when you have everybody having an issue with you, you're the issue, and you need to take heed to what they're saying, because while there may be trolls out there, I don't feel like it's a lot. I don't feel like a lot of the people are trolls. There's very few people that I consider trolls. People that have channels strictly to bash someone, to lie on someone, you know, this is how I feel. If you have been hurt by me or Katie, if you feel like we've done you wrong and you critique us over that, you're not a troll. If you say, hey, you done this to me and I'm hurt, I supported you and I'm hurt and this is why I don't like you, you're not a troll. If you say you done XYZ to me and I hate you now and I'm going to go on this smear campaign against you and lie on you and tell lies on you, which a lot of the things that Katie says are lies, in my opinion, are not lies, because we see it. Just like, you guys, do you guys remember when Katie made the statement, when I'm old, I want to be able to sexually harass young boys. I want to be that old grandmother in the nursing home that gets to sexually harass young boys. I don't even care, because I feel like you've earned that privilege when you're that old. You guys remember that? I remember Unirock doing a stream saying that she catcalled, that all the people that was calling her out for doing that were wrong because Katie was just joking about catcalling. That is not what she done. We seen it. We all seen it. And I just wish, this is what I wish for her, she would just take accountability. But like BX Beast Boy says, accountability who? What is that? Where are you? I've never heard of you. That is her. Like, she lies. Like, she just says, I didn't say that. I was catcalling. And you know, Repzilla, I just had like a brain fart and couldn't remember his name for a second. Repzilla even DM'd her and was like, I'm having an issue with this. Why did you say this? And she's like, oh, it was like a joke, like catcalling. No. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I was actually thinking about this last night, and I thought of like an example of like what she's doing. It would be like someone saying, you know, this is an example of it. It would be like somebody getting on camera and saying, I want to murder babies, but then when they're called out for it, saying, no, we were talking about abortions. No. It would literally be like me sitting here saying, I want to kill kids, you know, like I just want to go around, you know, killing the kids, you know, and then when being called out for it, saying, no, we were talking about abortions. No, they're trolls that are saying this. No. Saying that you want to sexually, did she say sexually harass? Yeah, I think she said, I want to sexually harass young boys in the nursing home. As a victim of, as a rape victim, you know, it's like, why would you say that? You know, like my husband made a comment the other day that had something to do with like sexual, like being sexually harassed. And I was like, no, don't say that. Because for the people that have went through being sexually harassed and how uncomfortable it is, and how the moment that happens to you, it's kind of like stuck in your brain, and you remember that feeling of being so uncomfortable in that moment, you're making light of that when you say that you want to sexually harass people. Yeah, even, I mean, in the video, even Todd was like, what? Wow, like my wife wants to sexually harass young. If Sean told me that he wanted, when he gets older, he wanted to sexually harass young girls, I would be like, what is wrong with you? Something's going on, I don't know. I hear like a lot of thunder or something. So that's what I wish Katie would come out and say. Like, Katie keeps talking about these trolls. First off, Katie, 90% of it is not trolls. It's people that you have hurt. And then when they call you out for doing something that they are against, you call them liars. It's one thing if they actually lie. But if you done it, but then you say they lied, then they're even more mad at you because you're calling them a liar. So that then it's going to make their desire to expose you even bigger. You know, it's going to be like, holy crap, she's calling me a troll. She's calling me a liar when she straight up done this. I mean, it's almost like you want to like, you're like go around knocking people in the head, you know, like with the video, like with the camera, with the video, like, Uni, look, this is what she said. Like, I was dumbfounded when I heard him say that she was catcalling. I was just like, are you serious? She was catcalling. No, she wasn't. And like the Sophia is a brat situation. You know, I watched that and someone asked, like, do you think so? What was it? What was it? Good to see you. GTSY is good to see you. Yeah, Uni knows what she said. He's just making excuses for it. I mean, maybe that's what it is. But I feel like Uni needs to say too, okay, yes, I knew this stuff back then, but I did not see it for what it was because I was so, like, upset. I don't know. I just wanted to, like, I was so mad at Steve at the time. I didn't see it for what it was. I don't know. But I just feel like people should take accountability. Like when you know, the couple people that was in Uni streams last night was like, you're not innocent in this, Leslie. And I'm like, I never said I was. When did I say I was 1,000% innocent in this? I didn't. But I can say I screwed up. I shouldn't have said that. I screwed up. I shouldn't have done that. I screwed up. That was wrong of me. And there's no buts behind it. There's no, but XYZ, but this, but, I mean, honestly, and I don't know how many people is going to not agree or whatever. Listen to, you know, Uni's stream where Charlie Gold come on and was like, you know, talking to her about all the things that she's like doing wrong or whatever. Katie said, like, I know, but it's just like for 18 months I've been on this platform. I've had so many trolls come at me, and I'm the mom of a medically fragile son, and I'm ADHD, and I'm an introvert, and I'm a rape victim. And that, I don't know. I mean, for me, it's like I'm a rape victim too. I mean, not only am I a rape victim, but I was sexually assaulted time and time again. From the time, literally, I don't know. I was probably 5 or 6 when it first started, till I was like 15, okay? By a cousin. And that does not excuse shitty behavior for me. I'm an adult. I know what's right or wrong. I know I can't treat people like crap. I know that. I can't treat someone crappy and say, well, I've got 6 children. I have a son that's on the spectrum. I have one son that's had several surgeries, who, you know, had a tough time when I had him, who almost died after a surgery. I was raped, and I was sexually abused for many, many, many years. So that's why I treated you like crap. No. You can't do that. If you can't control the way you treat people because of those problems, like, I'm sorry. Like, I am sorry that she deals with that. Like, I am sorry, you know, for all of that. But it does not give you the excuse to be a shitty person. It just doesn't. And for anyone, not me, anyone, you know. So that's what I want to see her take accountability for. I want to see her say, I was wrong to do the things that I've done. You never told a joke before. That's what KJ said to Ribzilla. You've never told a joke before? Yeah, that's what she said. And he said, no, not about sexual assault. Because he's like an advocate for victims, you know. And Katie claims to be one. Katie claims to be an advocate for children, for, I don't even know. Do you guys know what she claims to be? And I don't want to, like, I don't, you know, if Katie watches this, she may think that I'm just being so mean. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be, you know. But I think a lot of people agree with me and feel the way that I feel. what about the Matt Byer situation when Katie said he was my friend first? The Dreamweaver, that was ridiculous. You know, like that whole situation is what led to me getting on stream and making the comment that I made about Katie. Actually, I made it when I was recording Katie's IG Live that night. I was recording it on my son's phone. And when she brought it up, you know, I spouted off what I spouted off. Right, Savage, right. Exactly, Shar. But, you know, that IG Live, she said, I'm the one that introduced Matt to them. No, you didn't. Matt was on your channel, absolutely. And I was in chat a couple of times, and Matt said my name, like, oh, hey, Leslie, I've heard of Leslie. And he even mentioned something about, you know, maybe talking to me. And he asked Katie for my information. And she never answered him. She never responded to that question. Like they were like texting back and forth. This is what Matt told me. They were like texting back and forth, and he was like, "Hey, you know, I'm gonna reach out to Leslie. Can you give me her number if that's okay?" And she responded to everything else that he said, but not to that. I reached out to Katie as well. I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get in touch with Matt." I actually, the day that I seen Matt on TMZ in his car talking about the Amber situation, I went to his social media accounts and I clicked on an email address, but it was his old email. I didn't know it at the time, so I emailed him. I said, "Hey, my name is Leslie Bass. I have a small channel. I cover, you know, Teen Mom Reality TV. So I'm covering this situation. Can you, you know, reach out to me and maybe be a guest on my channel?" That was before he appeared on Katie's channel. That was a couple weeks maybe before. Somehow he reached out to Katie. And he was on her channel, which I thought, oh, that's great. Everybody wants to hear what he got to say. So he was on her channel. I even one day, though, I told Katie, I said, "Hey, I've tried emailing him, like right after he was on TMZ. Could you maybe let him know that I'm trying to reach out to him? Like, could you possibly give me his number?" She didn't respond to that, or she never gave me his number. So she actually tried not to give me his number. The way me and Matt ended up talking is because I was live and Matt come on the live. And I was like, "Hey, Matt, I've emailed you and stuff before and, you know, tried to reach out to you and I can't get in touch with you." And he goes, "Oh, I got a new email." He said, "I'll put it in the chat." And I said, "Put it in the chat, and as soon as I get it down, I'll delete it." So that's what we done. And that's how I got in touch with Matt. It wasn't because Katie gave us the information. No. That's not what happened. So when she said, "He was my friend first, I introduced you to him." First off, we're not in kindergarten. I don't care whose friend first he is. I don't care if he's more your friend than my friend. That doesn't matter to me at all. Like, I never cared if he was on your channel. The only thing that confused me about it was because Matt would tell me how much he hated her. He would be like, "I can't stand her, the way she lies about the situation with Amber, the way she lies about trying to sell the audio, the way she claimed to own the audio. I can't stand her." I mean, Matt even told me one day, he said, he told me that I needed to finish her. And I was like, LOL, you know, and he was like, "Leslie, if a snake is on your porch, are you going to walk up and pet it? Or are you going to chop its head off?" And I was like, I'm terrified of snakes, so no. Like, I don't remember exactly what the response was, but I'm sure that I said, I'm not going to try to chop its head off, and I'm not going to pick it up and pet it because I'm terrified of them. And he said, "No, you chop its head off. Katie is the snake." And he referenced, like, Karate Kid. Like, I don't know. He said something, and I didn't get it. And he's like, "Please tell me you know what I'm talking about." And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Karate Kid." Right. Uncovering hypocrisy. So I was so pissed listening to Jason's Periscope where he was justifying her doxing you. He said, "Well, how long was her number up for?" Who cares? If you are, like, I understand accidents happen. I do get that. But it was up long enough to where, like, somebody contacted me and was like, "Your number is up on Katie's stream." And I jumped on there, seen it, text her, and was like, "You are literally showing my phone number to over 300 people right now." And her phone goes off and she picks it up and she goes, "That was Leslie." So, how did she say it? So apparently I was showing Leslie's number. I'm sorry, Leslie. I wouldn't have showed your number if you wouldn't be texting talking about me. That was a private text. I think it was between me and Britters at the time. And it was in regards to like the screenshots, you know. And she got them and she had them up on the screen. Yes, I had to text her myself and tell her, you are showing my phone number. And her apology was, I'm sorry, but if you wouldn't be talking about me in a private text message, then I wouldn't be showing your number. What? The food? Like, what the food? You know, like, it didn't make sense. So, like, it doesn't matter how long it was up for. It was up. And her apology was ridiculous. So, I don't know. But, yeah, the Matt Bayer thing, he referenced Karate Kid, and I didn't get it. He was like, please tell me you know what I'm referencing. I'm referencing Karate Kid. And I was like, oh, wax on, wax off, B-I-T-C-H, you know. Let me go. I'm going to go get a Red Bull, and then we're going to kind of end it. I'm going to talk to you guys just for a minute. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hold on, let me go get a Red Bull. I see you, tootie butt. You know I have a lot of support, and if I, you know, choose to speak on the situation with me and Katie, a lot of people is like, you have every right to, because last year this time, you know, they were throwing rocks at you, you know. So if you want to speak on it and tell about what happened, you know, I can't say that, you know, after John doxed me, Katie texted me. You know, it was like, not doxed me. After John struck my channel, Katie, I guess to her, she felt like we were okay again. But when you hurt someone so bad, it's hard to be okay with them after that. And I was hurt pretty bad by Katie. You know, there was one point where I did have to go through a lot of the stuff that Katie put up against me, because with the lawsuit against the police department, like, we have to prove that this affected my online presence, that I'm a public figure in some shape, and that it changed people's opinions about me. So I had to get as much stuff as I could about people talking about my arrest. And a good bit of it was, you know, Katie posting about it, talking about it, and people commenting on her streams about it, like laughing at me. Riley, yes, I like Grace. Yeah, at some point, Katie did try to be better with me, and she didn't talk about me badly. But yeah, the damage had kind of been done. I kind of tried to let it go. But what brings it back is like seeing her do it to others, you know? And it's like, Katie, I've seen streams where Katie cries. Oh, okay, I want to talk about in one stream where someone asked her about the flag, you know, like, Uni wanted her to clear things up that people were lying on her, and so she talked about the flag, but she never even cleared it up. And actually, she changed her story completely, because last year, like in the clip, she was crying. She said our neighbors threatened to shoot our dogs and to kill us. Like, she just threw that in there on the sly. Not a big deal. Our neighbors threatened to kill our dogs and us. And she specifically said, they ripped our flag. Look what they done to our flag. Jay, I do know a lot, and the reason why I know a lot is because I've had to gather this stuff up more than once, to be honest. So she said, she's like, you want to see our flag? And she goes outside and she holds the flag up, and she's like, look, they've ripped it. They've ripped our flag. And then on Uni's stream the other night, she talks about how it was more the post. It was the post. She completely, like, didn't even address her saying that they had ripped the flag. And who were we to believe they were? Well, the neighbors. That's who she was talking about. She was talking about the neighbors who threatened to shoot their dogs and threatened to kill her and Todd. And I don't know, her and Todd, I'm not sure. So when she says they ripped our flag, we're obviously led to believe that it's the neighbors. But then on Uni's stream, she says, we have kids that come into our neighborhood all the time and vandalize things. Well, you didn't say that in the stream, and that's why people take issue. That is why. Because you completely changed your story. Like, it's like we have the clips of you crying. It's 2020, you know, like saying that they threatened, and then she's like, they said the police report didn't mention the flag or the threats of killing our dog. Well, the police were here 45 minutes, and of course they didn't write down everything that happened. Well, let me tell you something. If a cop comes to your house to take a report, the things they are going to write down are the things that would break the law. A threat, bet your sweet tushy, they're going to write that down in case you decide you want to file charges. Threats, check, yes. Hate crimes, they're absolutely going to write those down. 1,000%. They're not just going to talk about the minute stuff that happened. That's not what's going to be in their report. They are going to document the things that y'all could come back and file charges for. That's one of the reasons for these reports. You know, like I was watching Emily Baker, and she said if someone docks you, you need to call the police. And then someone said, well, if the police can't really do anything, what's the point of calling the police? And that's a good question. And when I called the police on Katie that day, the day before my arrest, the day after she blasted my financial information, the cop even said, like, we're supposed to take notes of this. So, like, when something happens, call us and let us know. So that's why you call them. You call them and say, this person doxed my name. They have this many followers. So you make the call. They file the report. It's there. So if something happens, okay, so for instance, if Katie and Todd would have said they threatened to shoot our dog, they threatened us to kill us. Those police officers are going to be dang sure to write that down in case a week later, God forbid, something happened to the dog, to Todd, Katie, you know, and then they'll have somewhere to go from, you know. They'll say, okay, well, we got a call from this house. Because could you imagine if, God forbid, something happened to the dog 2 weeks from the day that the police were called out there? And the 2 police that went that day are off. So, you know, Katie calls the police department, hey, this happened to our dog. We think our neighbor's done it. And we've called before because they've threatened our dog before. And they pull the records up, and there's no records of a threat ever being made. And Katie's on the line saying, we called the cops. They threatened our dog before, and we think they hurt our dog this time. And we told you guys that. We told you. And they're going to say, we have no record of that. All we have is a record of a disturbance, you know, and it started from the dogs barking. That's all we have, you know. Yes. So that's why, to me, and I'm like, I don't know if Katie's thinking about this stuff, like as she's telling a different story, as she's saying, of course they're not going to get write everything down that happened. Someone in the right, you know, someone on the outside would say, well, that's the most important stuff. That's the things that y'all could file charges for. Those are the things that would be law breaking. So why wouldn't they write that in the report? You mean to tell me they went out there and they wrote some nothings down? you know, I mean, so that, and let's see, what else? The brat situation, calling the little girl brat, you know, someone did ask her, so do you think she was being a brat? But she didn't read it that way. She did not read the comment. And like Rebzilla said, sometimes you read comments in your chat that you know not to read out loud. You're like, and you know, like, oh, I don't want to touch that one. I don't want to say that one. And even if you start it, you stop. You're like, no, I'm not going to. So she didn't read it like the question that it was. She stated it like it was a statement. The question was, do you think she's being bratty? And Katie said, like maybe she's just being bratty or something like that. And then she went on to like, you know, kind of agree with that, saying like, yeah, my son's bratty. He throws a fit when he doesn't get what he wants, which hurt my heart for the little girl to hear anybody say that. Because it's like, as a grown woman, you want people to believe your rape story. You don't want people to dig into your rape story. But you are saying that maybe, and I'm not going to go so far to say that she called the girl brat. I will say that she said maybe the girl was behaving bratty because she wasn't getting her way. This is a girl that is going through God knows what. So you want people to believe your situation. You don't think people should look into it, and your subs are calling Little Red and her friends garbage because they went over the report. But you can go over the little girl's reports. You can go over any document you want to. You know, you can say maybe she's just behaving bratty because she didn't want to go or whatever. She wasn't getting what she wanted. Do you see the double standards? There's double standards there. And that's the issue. That's the issue that I find as a creator, as a person. That's the issue that other people find as creators, as a person. Like, we see where you do things to other people that you don't want done to you. Storyline is just like anything else. I never mattered. I couldn't read that. Sandra went away. Let me see. Sorry you went through that. She's very inconsistent. Yeah. Exactly, Shar. Brat or bratty is not a child. Anything that you call a child that could be going through being sexually abused, regardless of if the child is being sexually abused or just being abused in some way by their mom or their dad. Calling the child bratty when the child is already going through something is excuse my French, and if you have children around, you may want to mute me for just a second. Calling a child bratty or a brat when they're going through the situation that she's going through is a shitty move to make. It is uncalled for. It is unethical. I don't see morals in a person that could say that about this child. It is ridiculous, and it's not okay. Because we don't know what this little girl is enduring. Like, okay, I told you guys that I was like sexually assaulted over and over and over and over by a cousin, right? Well, some of my female relatives were too by the same cousin. One of my cousins, it happened to almost nightly because our male cousin lived with her, right? And there were nights where she slept with a knife under her bed, under her pillow. And even though she never used it, and he still came in the room on her, you know, tried doing stuff or whatever, she was so terrified thinking about what the situation was that she would bring a knife to bed with her and put it on her under her pillow. I'm thankful that she never had to use it, because regardless, you know, that would have just destroyed her even more. But could you imagine this? That little girl seems terrified. Either way, whether or not you think she's acting because she's had acting classes, like, so what? The Me Too movement, should we not believe them? Should we not believe the actresses from the Me Too movement because they are award-winning actresses. Should we say, well, they're actresses. I mean, we watch them on movies all the time where they play a character. So we can't believe them. Is that fair to say? No, it's not fair to say about an adult, and especially about a child. Those are the things that like tick me off. When I heard her question that little girl and make the bratty remarks, it infuriated me. It infuriated me. I don't see how anybody who is a victim of any type of sexual misconduct in any form or fashion, rape, molestation, abuse, harassment, could ever say that. Ever. So it just, I don't know. Right, as if someone who is an actress can't be abused. Why? I don't know. If I've missed any comments that you guys want me to see, try to type them in now. I'll try to read them, but I'm not going to be on much longer. I got 2 videos I need to edit. I need to run to the bank in a little bit because I'm going to get that copy of the check that I wrote the football team. Because, yeah, because I may do a video and play her IG and then bam, 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 the proof of it all. I don't know if I am or not, but I did call the bank to get the copy of the check because what happened, and you guys may remember this, and anyone see Truth Slew just did a video on Katie? I don't know. I haven't seen it. But, so I called the bank and I got them to find the check so I can get it. But she said that I said the football coach or something stole all the kids' jerseys. Now, what would anybody do with 200 jerseys? Not a dang thing, right? What happened was it was the president. It was her 3rd year as the president over the, I do feel like that too, loose lie. Like, I don't know if I was to do it, it would be just to show, because I feel like everybody believes me. It would only be to show people the allegations that Katie levies against people with no proof. Yeah, so this was last year. My kids were doing football, and we got a message saying, or on the Facebook group, it said all the parents need to come to practice tonight. We got to hold a meeting. Sean went to the meeting because I was working on YouTube that night. He got back from the meeting and he said the president of the football league ran off and spent all the money and took basically what was left. She got caught. The people that refurbished and owned the helmets did not have their bill paid from the year prior, and they called the prior president and was like, hey, we can't refurbish these helmets for this season if we don't get paid for last season. And he was like, well, I'm not the president anymore. Let me talk to her. So he tried getting in touch with her, couldn't get in touch with her. So he called the vice president, and the vice president was like, yeah, we got practice tonight. You want to meet us there? So he did, had a talk with the lady, and the lady was like, oh, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'll figure it out. I don't know. Like, we paid it, blah, blah, blah. She left that day and was never seen again. Like, she jetted out. I was pulling up at practice. Her and her boyfriend got in her little car. It was a little yellow box car. And they drove out, and I seen them, and they disappeared. Come to find out, she spent all of the money except like $300. It was like $11,000 pretty much. I got to get off live because someone's calling me, and I don't know who it is. But yeah, Katie said I lied about that and held a fundraiser, and that my ex-mod said that they didn't even think my kids played football. So I'll talk more about that maybe later. Maybe I'll go live tonight. I don't know, but I got to figure out who's calling me, make sure it isn't anybody to do with my kids. You guys make sure you hit a big thumbs up on this video. Share it if you want to. And yeah, we'll be catching up on Wednesdays. Not this coming Wednesday because I tried to answer it and they didn't say nothing. So I don't know. Anyways, give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.